What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Today it's my birthday. We're just out here swinging, living life. Oh, that's kind of depressing. Anyway, I'm out being Santa Claus on my birthday. We're gonna go give my niece some shoes. I'll show you the shoes. These are the gift for my niece. You know, a $300 pair of Pandas.
Those some really funny socks. What the fuck you doing? Face it, baby. Y'all ain't on shit. I'm too wavy. Y'all can't touch me. Keep it moving. Why you talking? Hey, you looking?
Kobe will get it for the win. Get it! He is hard to believe. No, he's not. Amazing again at the buzzer. Is there anybody more clutch than
msmthaman back once again. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below your favorite basketball player of all time. Mine's Mr. 24, and I'm 24 years old now, which I guess is old, man. Everybody kept calling me old on my birthday, and I am not with that negative energy, not one bit. Anyway, I've actually been 24 for about a week now, and I've learned some stuff. Let me tell you. I've decided that 24-year-old Max doesn't vape. If you couldn't tell from that little title sequence and intro. I did a whole series on here, quitting vape. I did 21 days vape free. I kicked the habit. But some troubles in my life led me back down a dark path.
I'm still vaping. Stop. But I'm feeling real good.
Me too.
Though.
We relapsed. It's all your fault, Daisy. You made us both start vaping.
No excuses though. I'm the one making the decisions, and I've decided to be more healthy. I was on a really good path last year, and I sort of lost myself within other people. I'm sort of in my bachelor era per se, and along those lines, on my birthday, I went to GNC. I got some mushroom complex for your lungs. I was actually looking for some better lungs, like those supplements called Better Lungs, so I could breathe better, because I decided to quit vaping. But when I was there, I was checking out. Same dude who was always working there. It's the same one that I always go to. I was like, yo, man, it's my 24th birthday. What advice would you give to yourself at 24 years old? He sat there for a second. He was thinking. All he had to say was, don't let girls control my life. Now, I wouldn't say girls control my life, but they might make me move a little different in the world. When I was younger, I was kind of chubby. Then in high school, I was in a relationship. So coming out of that, and getting a bunch of attention from pretty girls is kind of like you don't know what to do. I think after I was real invested in this girl you guys might know about, she kind of was storyline on the vlog, I kind of went off the rails low-key. Ever since Daisy rejected me, every girl in the world loves me. So guys, go for the girl who likes you, not the girl you like. At the time, guys, that seemed like good advice, and it still is. You gotta make sure the girl likes you. You can't just be trying, and not getting anything back, but make sure she doesn't just lust over you. Make sure she doesn't just want to look at you. Make sure she wants to talk to you and like get in your brain and stuff. At least for me, that's what attracts me most to a person. And when somebody's just sitting there telling me how good I look and this, that, especially when in the past I never felt like I looked good, like those compliments don't really hit home. I was seeing this girl through the month of February. I don't know, you guys might have seen, I made a video about her, my Valentine. The term a Cheerio in the bowl of life, I actually stole from my Valentine. So shout out to. And I think that relationship was kind of an overcorrection for the one prior to it. Because the one prior to it, the girl really didn't like how much I talked, how vulnerable I was, this, that, and the other. This girl, my Valentine, she really did. As time progressed though, she was just lustful over me. It seemed like she just wanted me to be there for her when she was down. She wanted me, but she wasn't giving herself to me. If that makes sense. I think dating in your 20s is probably the hardest thing because you really don't know who me is. She wants me, but who is me? Who is Max? Like I said, I could be a different person every day. I'm really good at mirroring people. And I think sometimes I get in relationships because I'm just mirroring the other person. And they're like, oh my gosh, I love you. Yeah, of course you do. You love yourself. I think as a man, it's really important to show up at your full capacity in your relationships, both platonic and romantic, because all humans are like this, right? But especially as a man, if somebody meets you up here and then they see you when you're down here, they're not going to like it. Because up here is so good. But once you get down, oh, you're confusing, you're this, you're that, you're blah, 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 blah. No, I just am trying to figure life out. I'm really just trying to figure life out. The times I've gotten in most trouble in my relationships is when I'm not showing up here. Like I'm just, like it's been a long day, I'm down here. But that just sucks. That really sucks, because if you're supposed to find somebody who loves you, they should love every part of you. Or at least tolerate it. A lot of it's my fault though, because I'm a big time people pleaser, especially if it's girls. Like I'll say, hey, I'm gonna come over on Thursday, and it'll be a Monday, and they'll be like, oh, what are you doing tonight? And then I have plans, I have things I want to get done, but I'm like, oh, coming to see you. And I don't know why. The same thing with the other girl. We had a good date all day, and then she's like, come back and see me. And I was like, okay. And that's where I get in trouble. And when people are selfish with wanting to see you and not understand that you have life to live, I take that as, oh my gosh, they're obsessed with me. But they're not. They're obsessed with themselves, and they're obsessed with the feeling that they get when they're with me. Mic drop. And I know how that sounds. That sounds pretty arrogant and narcissistic, but generally, that's pretty self-aware of me to understand that if I show up and I'm at my full capacity, I'm making people better all the time. But if I show up down here, I'm bringing people down with me. So that's why when I say as a man, show up here, that's what you got to do. I think that kind of segues us into the Mamba mentality.
Are you a different animal and the same beast?
Kobe Bryant's my favorite basketball player, not just because, you know, he's the most skilled basketball player of all time, but it's because of that Mamba mentality that let's get a little bit better every day. Let's obsess over this. I think there's some interconnectedness to everything because Kobe was able to relate everything in his life back to basketball. He would analyze the world and then take that to the court. And you can analyze the world and take it into any situation. I think it's all connected. There's 5 pillars to the Mamba mentality. We got passion, obsession, relentlessness, resiliency, and fearlessness. That's the Mamba mentality. And I think if you take all this into a relationship, you take all this into work, you take all this into whatever you want to put your energy into, something good will happen. What I've been talking about in this video is mostly relationships. And in a good relationship, all these things are present. But all this will never show up to the world unless you really embody it for yourself. Because if you can't show up at full capacity for yourself, how are you going to do it for other people? Now, in saying that, there's definitely some sort of selfishness in that statement. It's not the same kind of selfish as, oh, I'm super down and I want to bring somebody down with me. It's, no, I need to fill up my cup so I can bring others up. And that's really important. The biggest lesson I've learned so far in being 24, it's only been a week, but it's how much you can affect somebody when you're not showing up at your best. And that's a good life lesson to learn, I guess. Look at it this way. Kobe spent hours upon hours upon hours in the gym perfecting his craft, being selfish, making sure he was the GOAT. So when he stepped on the court, his team could win. Is that selfish? I think that's where I'm kind of stuck. Is it selfish to totally go all in on yourself so you can show up for other people? I don't think so. But if you're in a relationship or something and people see, oh, he's giving himself all this kind of energy, this, that, and the other, but I'm not getting that back, they'll think you're selfish. But you're really just trying your best to be the best you can be for them. So it's just kind of like a double-edged sword. As a human, I like to think I'm a student of life, so I pick bits and pieces from everybody out there and I learn from it. We're talking about masculine men, like a super masculine man, Kobe Bryant, and feminine women. What do they have in common? Selfishness. And I think that selfishness and putting all that energy into yourself is actually what drives fruition in the world. Being able to bring things to the world. Because if you're not showing up for yourself, no one's showing up for you, unfortunately. Relationships are the best mirror possible. Like I said, I mirror other people. It's the best mirror possible because if you're dating multiple people, those multiple people probably bring out a different version of you. And being a young person, I don't know what version of myself I really like the most. So going around and bringing that out of me is actually what's going to grow me in the long run. Coming to that realization is kind of depressing because if I know about myself that I'm trying to find somebody that's going to bring out the best version of me, vice versa, somebody else, my partner, is probably looking for the same thing. And is that true love? I really don't know. Because if they meet you up here, but then they see you down here, and then they leave, what is it? I don't know. Can't really worry about it, though.
If you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms at msmthaman, that's msmthaman, or on Twitter, it's msmthaman. Go stream my music, m$m, that's my artist name on all platforms. And yeah, Mamba mentality, msmthaman. I'm out. Peace.
I want to be the best. I want to be the best. Simple and plain. That's why I play the game. To be the best, you have to win. And that's what drives me.
First thing I do is blow up, then act like I don't know nobody.